the reverse question.
Yes.
Can a woman cheat on you but still really loves you?
Well, when it comes to the women, before a woman can be able to cheat on their husbands, it would take a lot of time. And when a woman gets to the place where she wants to cheat on their husbands, she has already lost their love for the husband. Simple.
Is that an assumption or a fact?
Well, it's not an assumption because because even a woman, before a woman can be able to be sexually intimate or physically intimate with another man, it might take a lot of time.
Yeah.
It might take a lot of time, especially women that understand themselves. Now, while I'm talking about fees, I'm not talking about loose women, because we have loose women out there. We have women that are in different kinds of struggles out there, that for them, pleasure is something that they think it's something that you can give to any man. But in this particular scenario, I'm talking about a woman that is dignified, a woman that has values, a woman that is also a Christian. Now, a woman that has values, before they can come to the place of cheating on their husbands, it will have taken a lot of time. And when I'm talking about time here, what I also mean is there's a woman that they have stayed with this man, and they have felt this man, we are not going in the same direction. This man is not the man that I want in my life, or according to our conversations with this man, this is not the kind of a man I would come to the place of even spending the rest of my life with. But if a woman knows very well that as much as even the men, even the women that have been cheat on and they have values, it's not very easy for them to come to the place of cheating. Yes.
Okay, so Pastor Ken,
Yes.
like when your man cheats and cheats and cheats on you, yeah,
Yes.
he's violating your trust
Yes.
and maybe a sense of self-worth.
Yes.
So sometimes a woman might feel like cheating,
Yes.
just to make the man understand what he puts her through when he cheats.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
It's important to understand that the very first thing, when a person decides to stay with you, it means that they love you. So, and a person that would decide, and now let me go back and say this, that when a person cheats on you, you have a legal ground. That is even from the scriptures. You have a legal ground to leave that particular person.
Yes.
You also have a chance to forgive that particular person. And it's important for the partner that have cheated to decide on what they really want. From that particular place, when you decide what you really want, there are things that you might not be able to do. So a partner that has decided that I want, this person has hurt me, I am not able to move on from here. And you feel in yourself, because I believe that before you can take any action, you want to actually, you have to think through it. So in your thinking and in your feeling, you want to also hurt this another person. Now, instead of hurting this other person, so that the person can go through what you've gone through, how about you decide, because I already have a legal ground to divorce this particular person and stay away from this particular person. What about you decide to stay away from them? Because the moment that you decide to hurt them, they will also be hurt. So that means these are two people that are in the same house that are hurt. Now, you hurt him from a place of wanting to make him feel the same thing that you're feeling. It will be different from him that cheated on you, and maybe he cheated on you. I'm using the word maybe. Maybe he cheated on you from a place of he didn't want to do it. And maybe he is remorseful. He would want to continue being in this marriage, and he would want to become a better person. And he would want you as their partner to be able to hold them together so that they can be able to come to the place where they have become better versions of themselves. So if you go contrary to what is in their hearts, it means you will hurt them more than what they actually did to you. And that now, as much as he violated your trust, you're also violating their trust towards you. So that means already there is a broken home. You've actually broken it, kabisa. So, and that's why I'm saying, because when you decide on what you want as an individual, if you decide you want to forgive him, now, from the place of deciding you want to forgive him, allow him now, give him a chance and have those conversations. Have the conversation of, you cheated on me. What are the steps that you're willing to take to make sure that you rebuild trust in me, you rebuild my self-worth? So that is where now, and even as the person that has cheated on the other partner, they have to make sure now they start to set boundaries. They start to be so open with their wives. They start to make sure that they do everything possible to make sure that they are rebuilding trust. They have to make sure that they are affirming their wives, that they are there. And if there be any struggle that they are struggling with, let them open it up to their wives or their husbands and tell them, by the way, I feel that this is a struggle that I have within me. How can you help me as an individual? How can we help one another so that we can become better versions of ourselves? So it's important for us to understand that if a person has cheated on you, if either of the parties have cheated on one another, the very first thing, you need to calm down and ask yourself, what do I want for my emotional well-being? And from the decision of what you want, when you decide on what to do, then that sets the ground of the next step that you will take and the next action that you will take as an individual.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel like cheating out of revenge can make you lose your own principles that you had set for yourself initially.
Yes.
And even if this thing fails to work in the long term, you would have lost yourself in this particular marriage, relationship.
Yes.
So I prefer just stepping out
Yes.
and holding on to yourself as you rebuild, instead of staying and then violating yourself as they violated you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas speaking to maybe someone that is out there that is a believer, we also need to understand that we are believers. Before, as much as we would want to be emotionally okay, there are standards that we need to live by. Now, the Bible is clear on the grounds of divorce, but also the Bible also tells us that God hates divorce. So God hates divorce, but the Bible is also clear on the rules that are supposed to lead to the place of divorce. So as an individual, as much as you might come to the place of thinking about divorce, have you tried forgiveness? It's important. Have you tried forgiveness? Have you tried to work on your marriage and you've come to the place where it's impossible? So we that are believers need not to allow our emotions to speak more louder than what the Bible says. We need to allow the scriptures to be louder to us than what we are feeling as individuals.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like you've answered my next question, which was, in the event kuna this dance between I love him, he loves me, but he keeps on hurting me, what should I do?
Well, there are two sides of that. I mentioned about a healthy self-concept. Now, if an individual has a wrong self-image, or how they perceive themselves is wrong, they can allow that to happen. Because that means an individual that doesn't have a healthy self-concept means this is a person that doesn't have boundaries. This is a person that doesn't know how they are supposed to be loved. Because as an individual, I need to know how I'm supposed to be loved by my partner. So if my partner does not express love to me the way I would expect him to express love to me, it's important I speak to him about it. And if he is not willing to change and compromise and abide to how I know that this is how I'm supposed to be loved, then that means he's not the best person for me. So if a person can keep hurting me, and I have forgiven him once, I have forgiven him twice, it means that this is not the right person for me, because a person that truly loves me will not hurt me. A person that truly loves me, as much as, now for example, if they truly love me and they hurt me, I would see an effort of them becoming a better person or trying to become a better version of themselves. So, and that's why I'm saying it's two-sided, that a person can hurt you and they love you. And as they are hurting you and they love you, if you confront the issue, this person will start working on themselves towards becoming a better person. So if as a person I see that individual is working on themselves to become a better person, that is a person that I can give room. I think we were talking about forbearance. That is a person that I can forbear with. But there is this other individual that I have confronted the issue and the individual is not willing to change. The individual keeps repeating the same thing, and there are no actions, there is no effort towards change. Then that means that is not an individual that I would allow in my space, because that means this individual will keep hurting me. Because as we said, habits that I will tolerate maybe in my dating phase, they will also be carried to my marriage. So it's important that if the person keeps repeating the same thing, and they are not willing to change, it's important you have that conversation. And I would recommend you stay away from that particular person.